The word of the day is BA4 and BA5. These are subvariants of the Omicron variant. If you remember Omicron, that's the one that gave us the devil of a time back last January. So these are subvariants of that. So they have some changes and mutations in their spike protein, which is what our body recognizes in that virus and what we provide immunity against. So because of these changes in that protein, the BA4 and BA5 are more contagious than even Omicron was. So this is getting up there to be one of the most contagious viruses that we know as humans. Knocking on the door of being up there with chickenpox, which is still, I think, and measles, which I think are still number 2 and 1. Because it's more contagious, we're seeing more cases, but there's one other reason we're seeing more cases is because of these changes in the spike protein. This variant can evade previous immunity, and that would mean previous immunity either from having had COVID before, sometime in the last 2 years, or from being vaccinated. So we're seeing more, quote, vaccine breakthrough infections, which are infections that people get after being vaccinated, and we're seeing more people with recurrent infections or reinfections. In fact, I've gotten several emails this week from people asking about reinfections. So if you have had COVID sometime before April timeframe or May, you're probably going to get COVID again at some point. Fortunately, it won't be as severe, and it'll be more annoying, but it'll still be a bit disruptive because we still need to isolate when we get COVID. We isolate for 5 days and then wear a mask for 5 days. And if you've been exposed to somebody with COVID, then you're supposed to quarantine. And that means you can still go about your activities, but you wear a mask and then you test somewhere between day 3 to 5. And if that test is negative, then you're kind of off the hook for that. But BA4 and 5 are going to increase the number of infections, and we're already starting to see that to some extent. Slowly, our infection numbers are taking up, including in wastewater that we monitor here in North Carolina to see what our community level infection are, but also in our numbers of cases and in our hospitalizations.